is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio. PHLV Radio.
On the Dot is presented by Benjamina Mia Casino. Licensed real estate professional since 2008. License number S01669991 LLC.
Moving to Vegas? There's no better time than now. Where can you find a 3-bedroom home with a balcony and patio, with upgraded flooring, all appliances included, newly painted, move-in ready, with a community park and pool for under $400,000? Not to mention that it is so convenient to shopping, schools, entertainment. And of course, what is Vegas without the Strip? So what are you waiting for? Call Benjamina today at 702-281-9063. Mia is also on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. You can also visit www.benjaminamiacasino.com and view available homes anytime. Remember, the house wins when you bet on Benjamina Mia Casino. It's a lunch hour in Vegas, and we're on the dot with Dot and Mia here on PHLV Radio.
Sabi ni Kuya Yo, standby, nakaupo ako. Paano yan? Sit by and relax. My friends, our friends from Las Vegas and everywhere, welcome to On the Dot. It's a lunch hour, and we hope you're enjoying your lunch. I have not had my lunch yet, but I'm very happy and very busog because I have with me fantastic people who will enrich my life today. Oh my God. Welcome back, Mia. My name is Dorothy Tom. You can call me Miss Dot, and my partner in fun is Miss Mia Casino.
Hello, everybody. I'm fresh off the boat. Benta-benta palagi yung mga jokes ko kay Kuya Yo.
Oh, sige.
No, but I'm glad to be home. Glad to be back on the dot.
Hindi ka ba parang naduduyan?
Palagi naman ako palaging hello.
Okay, parang hi. Hi. Sige, Mia, it's good to have you back here at the studio.
Thank you. Glad to be back. Hello, everybody. I missed you all. Went on a long vacation. But I was here last week.
Yes, you were on Zoom. Yeah. Last week we had a great conversation with Kuya Rex Ricarte.
Yes.
And we were talking about the Cavite Association of Nevada and its role in the Philippine Independence Day celebration. And then we talked about many other things about the Philippines, our independence, trivia about the country. So ngayon naman, enveloping our theme for the month of June is you got mail.
M-A-L-E, not M-A-I-L.
But on topic today is
mentors.
Yeah.
Hindi
mentos.
Mabenta rin yung joke ko.
Mentors.
Men, M-E-N, emphasis on the men because it's Father's Day month of June. Yeah, that's our theme for this month.
Sige, go ahead.
Mentors because they are two of the founders of UPAAN, University of the Philippines Alumni Association of Nevada. Yes.
In ba or of?
Nakalagay sa CBL off eh.
Of tayo.
Diba natita off?
Yung UPAA is in America sila.
In
tayo
America,
of Nevada.
Yeah. Okay, so we are very honored to have with us two of our founder members. Mm-hmm. And they formed UPAAN in 1992 and was the very first president and vice president.
Okay, yung dalawa.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
1999 pala. Ito, Will, galing sa inyo to. But in 1995, nag-history ako 1995, June 18, together with it was initially formed the University of the Philippines Alumni Association in America, Nevada chapter on June 16, 1995 by Art Javier, together with Ronaldo Madarang, Tito Abe Velasco, and Alexander Lopez. And in 2003, the name was changed to UP Alumni Association Nevada, and the Constitution and bylaws to elevate to the next level our goals to put more emphasis on charitable and educational public services.
Alrighty.
Oh. And in August 3, 2019, the CBL was amended to reflect the many changes that occurred in the association through the years.
Kaninong bio yan?
Wala pa. Yupaan.
Yupaan
Introduce pa
bio.
lang natin ang ating
Sige.
special guest. So our first special guest, Mr. Will Vicuña, is the first alumni resident in Las Vegas in the 1970s, Tito?
That's correct, yes.
Wow. And the very first Filipino who graduated with a BSH Hotel Administration lang, Tito, no? Walang restaurant. In UNLV.
Okay.
And he held so many positions and was the youngest FNB controller at Flamingo and held several hotel industry positions before he retired and became a realtor like me.
Okay.
Our very first guest, Mr. Will Vicuña.
Welcome, Tito Will.
Thank you for,
Yes.
good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me today, Dot and Mia. We're delighted to be here and join the afternoon on the dot.
Afternoon delight.
Afternoon delight.
Meaning yun eh.
Yeah.
Sige.
And then our
next
second welcome, Tito Will.
Thank you.
Our second very special guest is Abraham Bautista Velasco, graduate from UPLB College of Forestry, and in sabihin ko ba yung year, Tito?
You may.
In 1967, and pursued masteral degrees in psychology in 1976 and sociology in 1991. UP din dalawang masteral.
1981 yun.
1908. Mali-mali naman ang aking mga bagsak na ako sa history. Taught in College of Forestry as a professor from 1967 to 73, Tito?
That's right.
Wow, UPLB.
Yes.
Okay.
And also taught in Hawaii.
No, it was research.
Research. And then,
Your mic, Tito.
Ay.
Yan.
I was a research fellow at the East West Center
Okay.
in University of Hawaii for 3 months in 1983.
naduling ako sa bio ni Tito Abe. Masyadong madaming mga accomplishments si Tito Will and Tito
And
Abe.
he's a Father of the Year.
Yes, Tito Will
okay.
also, diba? Tito Will din.
Si
Yeah,
Tito Sid.
Tito Will.
Let's make him anyway. Sige, gawin na natin. Tayong dalawa. Let's grant them awards. You and me. Pwede ba yun? Oh, go ahead, Mia.
Yeah.
Finish.
And then, asan na ba ako? Ayan, nawala. And then practiced master's degree as a Desert Regional Center in Las Vegas from 2001 to 2008, and held key positions in the city of Los Angeles. National Resource, Animal Regulations and Public Works, Tita, na city sa city.
Right.
Yeah, married to Ava de Guzman and blessed with 3 children and 4 apos. Si Tito Will is blessed. Nag-golden anniversary si Tito Will.
Oh,
ng
happy golden.
Ng December. Yes.
Okay.
Tito Abe Velasco. Tito Abe ba? Tito Abe? Some
Abe?
people call
Sa
him Abe.
Pilipinas kasi Abi.
Abe.
Dito sa Amerika, Abe na.
Pero Abraham.
Excited na.
Abe Lincoln.
Welcome. Tito Will, what's your full name?
Thank you for having me here,
it's really-
Mia and Dot. I'm greeting also the audience right now.
Yes.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. sana po'y makinig kayong palagi dito sa On The Dot.
Noy, nako. Good
We have
job.
so many
May plug na yan.
listeners. Oh,
Plug,
yes.
plug. Sige, sige. So I was asking Tito Will kung yan bang full name mo, Will?
Yes,
That's all.
that's all.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's long story short, my dad was a doctor and he was an idealist. So when my mom was conceiving, I'm gonna name him after Will Mayo from the Mayo brothers in Rochester. So apparently that's how I got my name Will, from Dr. Will Mayo.
Okay.
And then my second brother, my youngest brother, when my mom was conceiving, was named Charles.
Charles.
So it came from the two Will and Charles Mayo.
Ayan.
Both of us didn't become a doctor, but we were named after that. So
Okay.
it's kind of weird when you have an American name and you're growing up in the province.
Tapos you came here.
Tapos I mean,
How prophetic.
from grade school and all that. So why so short the name?
Uh-huh.
I know. I thought it was short for
Yeah,
William.
hindi ba Wilfredo or anything? No, it's not.
Alfredo William.
So
Si Tito Abe naman, Abraham.
Maganda itong ginawa ninyo kaming guest na magkasabay kasi if there's a will, there's
There's a-
Abe.
I like that. If there's a will, there's
There's
Abe.
Abe.
Ay, galing.
Galing, ano?
ba?
And thus Yupaan was fun because there was a will and it was able.
Ay, nako.
They were able to
and that's where
form Yupaan.
where Abe became the first BP of Yupaan.
And you were the
So
first
I was the first president. So there's always Will and Abe. You see them side by side.
Ay, galing.
Historic, ha?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
historic yan. Kasi
historic.
ako yung last president, siya yung vice president.
Can you imagine
yung
that?
recently.
Wow.
Tapos ikaw ngayon president. Ayan.
Pinagtag
diba?
ko ng tadhana.
Oh, sige. Partners tayo. Sige, ano ba yan? Magiging Mia and Dot, Will and Abe ang ating show on the on the everything. So, it's perfect kasi mentors and there's been this how would you call issues coming up about putting down the patriarchy because it's been very ano yan, domineering and all that. Pero I'm not into that. I'm not into putting down the patriarchy because I believe that leadership of men who are in alignment with who they are, you know, kind, compassionate, and loving, and true, honest, and men with integrity should be able leaders.
Able.
So when
And
you
will.
and they will
Yes.
succeed. And ang galing ng mga play of words natin. So how was it like for you when you started the association? Go ahead, Tito A.
Yeah,
B.
maybe I should start by saying that if it were not for Art Javier,
Yes, Tito Art.
because the UPAN could not have been created, organized, because it was in his printing press on Charleston and Maryland
Correct.
that the seed of the organization was planted in our minds. Kasi si Art Javier, meron siyang printing press, and we were publishing the Las Vegas Examiner at that time, and he got me as one of the editors. And two of the people who were in the printing press were Ronnie Madarang, graduate of UP2, psychology major,
Passed away.
and Alex Lopez, who is a forestry graduate. The four of us brought our heads together and said we should have a UP Alumni Association here in Las Vegas.
Okay.
Doon nagsimula ang pagkaka-organize ng UP Alumni Association.
Mabuhay si Tito Art
Yeah.
Javier. Yeah, I first met him when I was sworn in as president in 2017, I think. Yeah, and then again last month during was it last month during our picnic Yes,
and
he was there.
Tita Luz's
Yeah.
campaign after
Yes.
Yolanda.
Oo.
Ako rin, I first met Mr. Artavia during my inauguration last December.
Okay. So,
He's really the guy.
the guy,
The main founder.
the main founder.
Yeah.
Oo. Tapos, si Tito Will became the first president.
Pagkatapos noon ay nagkaroon na ng organizational meetings. Kaya lang ang nangyari ay hindi naging unang presidente si Art. Di ba dati sana
no?
yung
Founder
yun ang unang presidente. Pero I don't think that happened. Si Will ngayon ang naging unang presidente
Yeah.
during an organizational meeting.
Okay.
It was at the time that the organizational meeting also that the first constitution and bylaws of the association was signed.
Okay.
Ang gumawa ng constitution and bylaws, kaming dalawa ni Roger Mejino, if you know him. He's now residing in the Philippines.
Okay.
Sabi niya, kailangan natin ng constitution and bylaws, Brad. At sige, pangunahan mo na.
Ako, kon ka pala.
Sabi niya sa akin, kaya he gave me copies of constitutions and bylaws of different organizations that he is familiar with in his files. Ito, reference natin.
Yun.
So during that organizational meeting, the first constitution and bylaws was signed by the members in attendance at the time.
Marami bang? How many members
I was
were
going
there?
to ask.
Yeah, siguro may mga 20 din na nag-attend.
Noon?
Yes.
20?
Oo.
Okay.
Karon kami ng election, Will was elected the first president.
Okay.
Ako ang first vice president niya. And second vice president was Ed Cruz.
Ed Cruz.
And he's still
Then
around.
we have
Yes.
Tita Lilia Castaneda as
Then
secretary.
And
Right.
Nora
Yeah.
Alonso Sana
Treasurer.
was the
Was the
treasurer.
treasurer. Yeah.
And then Art Javier was the auditor.
Right.
Yeah, and the rest is history.
The rest is history that
Yes.
you can read from our website, upaanv.com. And the website is now up. I think, it's being
UPAA.
constantly cleared and cleaned up by our new officer,
Chief Technology
Chief
Officer,
Technology Officer, Carlo Maglinaw.
Yes. And incidentally, we have it on digital form now.
Ang
Courtesy
galing.
of a CTO also.
So we have come a long way, no? What were your
20
challenges, Tito Will, as the first president?
Well,
what were your challenges?
We were formally organized in June 19, I believe.
Oh, that's the birthday
June
of
1999.
June 19, yes.
that's the
Where was
birthday
it
of
at,
our national hero.
Yeah, Rizal.
Jose Rizal, yeah.
Yeah.
Where was it at? Was it at the Excalibur or Monte Carlo? One of those two places.
We can check the website.
We sponsored the first the UP Alumni Association of America reunion.
Yes, it was
in
the reunion, and that's where
Excalibur
we,
at that time.
Excalibur.
Yes.
So that's
So it
where
was a
we were
big
officially inducted, all the
1999
new officers.
years.
Yeah. So that night we became an officially UP
Alumni
Alumni
Association. Not with the first constitution and bylaws had the name UP Alumni Association of America, Nevada chapter. Pero masyadong mahaba yun, ano? So we revised the constitution again and put UP Alumni Association of Nevada.
Ayan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
challenges. You asked me that earlier. Of course, being a new organization, we always have those growing pains. I would call for a meeting, and only Abe and Ed would show up. Just looked like the president, the two vice president. Where are the members? So that's one of the challenges we have then at that time. Well, that was almost 23 years ago. So everybody is in their career.
Uh-huh.
So everybody is working and all that, so they cannot take the time to be in a meeting.
Yes.
And we always have our meeting in that restaurant on Charleston in Rancho.
That's right. Yeah.
What's that place owned by another Filipina?
Okay.
That was our go-to place. It was Central. But even Central, no show.
No show.
I mean, kabilang tatlo nila, Abin, Ed. So that was the growing pains. And but
Trio.
we stuck with it. I said this is an organization that's really we need to make it move. It's gonna have that kind of growing pain, but all we need is some little bit of patience
Yep.
and nurturing, and the rest is history. And from then, let me enumerate the presidents that have been
You can
for the past.
remember
I
all
know.
of them.
Yeah,
Bongga,
so,
sige, go for it.
Yeah, so after my term, we have Dr. Jun Aragon,
Okay.
and then Sid de la Cruz,
Tito Sid.
and then we have another brat. He served only 6 months, Dr. Louis Taylor.
Oh.
He passed away. He moved to Carmel, Mount Carmel in Carmel
California.
in California.
Yeah.
So after Louis Taylor, we have Pat Johnson. Okay, after Pat Johnson, Max Noel, another Brad. After Max Noel, we had Beth Ilagan. Beth Ilagan, and then after her is Esther Reyes.
Yeah.
And after Esther is who is after Reyes again? After Esther,
Anna?
I think it's
It's
that, isn't it?
Anna.
I don't
No, Anna.
remember.
Anna.
Anna, and after Anna, it would be
That.
Dot.
Si Tita Luz hindi naging president.
No,
Not yet.
the Dot in it. But
then,
Luz Micaballo, she moved from New York. She was the past president of UPAA.
Okay.
And because of that, she said, it's kind of like I'll just be in the background. But in my opinion, she has been what I would call the wing beneath the wings.
Ay, bongga.
The wind beneath the wings. Because she's always there to support Yupaan.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
she doesn't need to be a Yupaan president, but she's always there.
Right.
Another one who is very, I would say, also has a big contribution to Yupaan is Ben Lor Rivera.
Yes.
He became a BP, I think, during the time of Jun Aragon. I think he was the BP at that time. But he is instrumental in making the Yupaan a 501c3.
right.
If
right.
not for Ben,
Okay.
it probably took us a long
He's a
time.
lawyer, no?
Non-profit.
No, he's
Yeah.
not. He's a
not.
CPA.
Oh, he's a
accountant,
CPA.
yeah. But he was instrumental in putting all the documents, the papers, filing it with the state, with the IRS, and the whole bit. And lo and behold, it became a 501c3.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think Ben's he was stopped by other organization in Las Vegas. I don't need to name them, but it was Ben Lor also was instrumental in making them a 501c3.
Okay.
And
Aye,
that's the
okay.
history on that. Coupled with that, I would say a good contribution also came from, is still coming, from Sid de la Cruz.
Yes.
He is the resident agent
That's right.
of the 501c3. He's always been there. As a matter of fact, at that time, we only have one term for president. But we were able to coach and convince Dr. Jun Aragon. I said, Jun, we have nobody, we're still growing. I says, we
Okay.
have no one that could take over. I says, you mind serving another term?
Yeah.
And,
All right.
He served another.
and he served another term.
Yes.
So now Sid took over and said, Sid, we don't have anyone. Can you serve that? So now it became a two-term. I mean, when you
2
become
years.
president, you're going to be a two-term, basically,
Yes.
because we still need some young blood, new blood. So you did a great job that when you served as a two-term. You
Thank
did
you
the
so much.
convention and all that.
Thank you so
I mean,
much,
I'm
Tito.
really happy and impressed with how you carried that for the past
Oh,
2 years.
wow. All right.
And I know the Yupan will be in good hands with Mia also.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I can see the handwriting on the wall. She's going to be doing a great job.
Ito yung handwriting on the
Yeah.
wall.
I always say when we were at a meeting with the time when we were forming it, I says the future of this organization is to find the next leader. And at that time, I would discuss it with Ed Cruz and with Abe, and I said we need to find some leaders to do that. So the same thing when you became president. That I said, who's gonna make over that when she when she finished her term? And I said, I think Mia would bid. So at least I would put the same challenge, Mia. You better start looking for your replacement a few years down the road.
Oh, diba?
Yes.
Diba?
Yes, thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
That's an awesome. We will take a short break. Can you
Already?
imagine? It's
Wow,
now
that was
12:32.
Wow.
30 minutes has gone by.
I
We'll take a
know.
very
When
short
you're
break.
having fun.
We'll be back
Yes.
with you, Tito Abe,
Yes.
because I know you have something to say. Okay, so take it away, Kuya Yo.
All right.
Moving to Vegas, there's no better time than now. Where can you find a 3-bedroom home with a balcony and patio, with upgraded flooring, all appliances included, newly painted, move-in ready, with a community park and pool for under $400,000? Not to mention that it is so convenient to shopping, schools, entertainment. And of course, what is Vegas without the Strip? So what are you waiting for? Call Benjamina today at 702-281-9063. Mia is also on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. You can also visit www.benjaminamiacasino.com and view available homes anytime. Remember, the house wins when you bet on Benjamina Mia Casino.
Okay, back to our second half of On the Dot. And my name is Dot, and I'm with Mia, Tito Will, and Tito Abe. And we would like to greet our birthday girl, Miss Flora Saisa.
Yes, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. I think she had her birthday last weekend. I'm not sure.
Or not,
See,
2 days ago.
I don't know, or
Kailan ba, Kuya Yo?
she has a birthday every year,
Last
so
Sunday.
that's okay. And Tita Esther is watching from her devices. And Ato de la Cruz, he says, regards to my beloved friend, hugs to you both. Ato.
Ata, yes. He was one of our very first guests.
Yes, si Ato, siguro. Tapos ano pa, so we are talking about mentors, and for the first half hour, we heard, along with you, how the UP Alumni Association of Nevada started in the 90s, right? Right?
Yeah,
So
Mid-90s.
mid-90s. And what's in it for you? What's in it for you is you get to, I hope you are inspired to stay put, to keep going, to reach for your dreams, and to never give up if only 3 people are attending your meetings. That's okay, because you could go on for 23 years, like Yupan is now 23 years old. So, yes, Mia, would you like to say something before we give the mic to Tito Abe? I think he has something to say.
Oh, no. I was agreeing with you, and you can start small and dream big and to get there.
Yes. And also, have the right people, tap the right resources to make your association, your group grow further, especially here sa Nevada, sa Las Vegas especially. This is, how many Filipinos do we have here, Kuya Yo? We are the biggest Asian group. Yeah?
Right
The
now?
Pinoys, yes.
Yeah.
Biggest Asian group here.
How many?
I don't know. I have no numbers right now.
200,000.
200,000? Wow.
Filipinos.
More?
Philippines. I think there's
Less.
more, yeah.
Or less?
Yeah.
Current
Stats.
census?
I
Anyway,
think it's only 120,
120.
125,000.
Okay, we'll see. Baka hindi pa na-register yung iba.
Years ago, I had the opportunity to talk to Senator Dick Gordon, who used to be the Secretary of Tourism,
Tourism, yeah.
back in the early 2000s. and he said if we reach 115,000, they can open a consular.
Oh, nice.
Oh, malapit na.
Nice.
That's
Hindi na tayo
150,000.
pupuntang LA.
Sige, good.
But
And
I
San
think we're past
Francisco.
that number, but nobody wants to take.
Wala
So,
pa.
yeah.
Sige.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
All right. Tito
Go ahead.
Abe, what would you like to say?
I want to say something, but first I'm going to give Mia a heads up. It's going to be in your term when UPAN will celebrate its 25th
25th.
anniversary.
Silver.
Silver
Yep.
na 25
Quarter
years.
of a century.
Wow.
Kaya, I'm preparing my hair. It's all silver. I'm preparing. Ikaw pwede ka na, Tito. Naka-silver ka na. Yeah.
Anyway, what I was going to say is we were talking about the growing pains. And some of the growing pains then still exist right now.
Uh-oh.
I'm talking about the lack of membership, maybe lack of interest among UP graduates out there, UP alumni. We know that marami sila dito sa Las Vegas na mga graduates ng UP, pero hindi sila lumalabas na magsabi, alumna ako ng UP. Ewan ko kung bakit, they may have their personal reasons, but hey, the association is there, and they will welcome them. The association will welcome them with open arms anytime they show up. So, please, nananawagan ako sa inyong mga graduates ng UP. Magpakita naman kayo at sabihin ninyo na gusto ninyong maging member ng
Yes. Bigyan kayo
UP
ng
Alumni Association.
Yeah.
Palakasin natin ang UPAN dito sa Las Vegas.
Yeah. Bibigyan kayo ng t-shirt na katulad ng that Tito Abe is wearing, the UP t-shirt. And
The membership is $50 for a lifetime.
For a lifetime. Where do you get that kind of membership, right? $50 till death do us part.
Yep.
Yes.
That was really my idea.
Yes.
When I started, they said, how much we gonna charge? I said, $50 lifetime. What? He says, yeah, $50
That's
lifetime.
very nice.
So it's been stick for the past 23
Yeah,
years.
if it
I hope
works.
nobody will change.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay na yan.
Maganda yung programa ni Mia ngayon. Its members should bring in at least one UP
yeah.
alumnus
Yes.
out there
True,
to
true.
become member during her term.
Uh-huh.
We have 50 members now. How many are we?
Active ones, nasa 80.
Thereabouts,
50.
less than 100.
That's
Okay.
but on the list there's 162.
Okay.
Kung 162
Yes.
bring in lang another 162, di dumami na tayo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the 1:1 program for recruitment.
I think
yes.
I feel optimistic kayang gawin ni Mia.
Kaya.
Because she's
Kaya
marketing
nating lahat. That's for
Marketing.
Kayong dalawa,
all of us,
realtors
yeah.
kayo
Yeah,
eh.
but
Oo.
Mia's specialty is marketing, and I think she can really do it. But we're here to help.
Yes.
Yes.
Yung mga ano.
Kaya nga mentor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's my next question.
Go ahead.
What do you think are your qualities as mentors? I don't know if you are aware that you are mentors, but maybe because I've been told that, hey, Tita Dat, you're a good mentor. I said, what did I do? I didn't do anything. Consciously, we don't know what's going on, but people look at us and they say that you're mentoring them. So in your case, Tito Will and Tito Abe, what do you think are your qualities as a mentor that brought in people sa association or allowed people to stay put and grow?
Maybe once that.
Ikaw, alphabetical order. Tito.
Mahirap yatang tanungin.
Sa'yo, yung
tanungin.
isa siguro lang,
Anyway-
isang quality mo.
Anyway, palangiti yata ako.
Ayan, okay.
No, I
Charming.
see that when you deal with people, mas madali yung ngumiti ka kaysa yung magsimangot ka.
Oo.
Yeah.
Anyway, what makes people come when I invite them? No. Sasabihin ko lang sa kanila, fun.
Fun.
Meron tayong gagawin na isang project.
Aha.
let me just tell you that we were the first association in Las Vegas that sponsored the outreach program,
Ay, oo.
the consular
Correct.
outreach.
The consular outreach.
Correct.
Yes.
And it's through the help of Dr. Junior Gon.
Okay.
Yes.
He was the catalyst in putting that. And we did
Then,
that for
then
3
the other
years.
associations followed. So,
Yeah.
pero tayo ang original
The very
na
first.
nag-sponsor niyan.
And there's all volunteer from
Yeah.
all the members.
Doon sa consular outreach na yon, marami tayong nakikita dumarating ng mga UP graduates. Sabi mo, okay, atin naman kaya ng meeting natin. So, during those times, we take the opportunity to recruit. Diba?
Okay.
So, in all these projects that we have, let's look around. Yeah.
So yan, so isang quality mo
yun,
is
yun ang isang
fun.
siguro yung nasa isip ko.
No. At saka, on top of that, is they see na may service kami sa community.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they see that, they feel proud na, you people, hindi pala puro party, social, picnic, and all that. So we give back to the community. So yung mga nakitang service na ginagawa namin at that time, encourage them na, mag-join ako, gusto ko rin makatulong sa community, magsilbi sa community.
Yeah.
So aside from the fun, we also have the service
Yes.
on top of that.
Yeah.
So yun ang
Galing.
ano dyan. So hopefully we were able to plant that seeds sa mga new generation alumni, mga tsaka isa pa siguro ang mga recently or new generation alumni, busy sila sa career nila.
Yeah.
They're either establishing a career or they're raising a family. Kaya they're kind of like, not because they don't want to join, but because they're super busy. Dito sa Amerika, kayod ka talaga. Diba?
Yep.
So that's probably one of the
Meron akong masasabi dyan, Will, yung sasabihin nila busy sila. Lahat tayo, we have 24 hours in a day. Di ba? Wala namang may
26
25
hours.
hours na wala namang kulang na 20 hours lang siya, di ba? Doon sa pagpaplano mo sa 24 hours na yon, doon mo makikita kung gaano ang abilidad na isang tao na mag-manage ng kanyang time.
True.
Kasi meron din akong mga anak.
Everybody's busy.
Asawa, may trabaho naman ako. Bakit na-involve ko ang sarili ko sa mga activities ng UPA?
Yeah.
Hindi natin masasabi, pero behind that reason na sila busy is the fact, maybe, that they really don't want.
Not yet.
To do it.
Yeah,
Not
maybe
yet.
maybe it's not yet their time. Yeah, that's true. And this holds true for other organizations as well. A lot of people are busy because maybe you're listening to us just because, I mean, we're talking as the UP Association, Alumni Association. Pero if you apply the lessons that we're talking about here to your own organization, you will see the value. I hope, because I'm seeing the value. For example, halimbawa, FAMAN, the Filipino American Media Association of Nevada, which is a 1.5-year-old, Kuya Yo, founded by Doc Mike Santawana. And yesterday I attended the first meeting of FAMAN. So what you're talking about, formulating the CBL, the Constitution and bylaws, we're also going to do that in order to evolve the whole organization, to evolve the whole association, bring the members to newer heights. So yan ang value that I'm seeing from listening to our mentors here. Because you're not just mentoring us, UP people. I'm sure you're mentoring your own friends and your other circles.
Organizations, yeah.
Diba? The community you're
yeah.
involved in.
When I was in the industry for over 2 decades.
And what industry is that?
Hotel.
The hotel industry,
Yeah. Okay.
hospitality
Okay.
industry. Yeah, so I did a lot of mentoring, especially among the Filipinos. When you have 200-300 employees under your belt, and they'll get in trouble, or they would ask for make an appointment and says, "Sir, can I talk to you?" And I says, "Is it work related?" I would ask them, "Sir, family related."
Oh,
So
included.
mentoring can be both sides.
Yes.
But if I'm busy, I would say, "See me after working hours." Then we'll do mentoring on that. Some of them will ask to be mentored. How did I manage to go to attend UNLV and working at the same time?
Exactly.
So they need to find out, like what Abe said, everybody has only 24 hours.
Time management.
So we'll sit down on that. Somebody asked me, this guy is a nurse and from Pagadian, Pampanga. He's a male nurse, and he says, Tito, should I go back home and quit my nursing at UMC? I says, why would you? Because you mentioned there's a big opportunity in Zamboanga, and that's where I'm from. So I said, let's sit down for a couple hours. So I mentored him. Every time he sees me, he says, thank God I took your advice. So he's successful now.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
those are the things. Mentoring can be, on all sides, but at least keep an open mind on the mentoring. I think I learned that as far as especially both Abe and I raised a family, and I applied that in mentoring. My 3 sons. So it's really kind of like there's no book how
Yep.
to mentor.
Yes.
You really have to find your way a little bit, and when it works, then apply it. It doesn't, then discard it.
Yep.
So so mentoring is really it's kind of like a magic word, but how do I mentor? It's kind of like you'll find out when you're there.
Living by example na.
Right.
Ang mentoring kasi, I was a instructor in the college.
Yes.
I handled the students. I advised some graduate students. Mentoring, I think, is a two-way process.
Yeah. Someone has to listen.
Sometimes you learn from your student.
Oh, yes. You do.
Yeah. Kaya you watch out for those opportunities whereby you can learn too from your students, not only they learning from you.
Correct. Diba?
Also, we also take on the advices that we learn from our lolo, our parents, and then we integrate it in our own life experiences. So we put them together, and that's how we now try to say, okay, mentoring, I learned what I learned from my lolo, what I learned from my nanay, my tatay, and that's basically part of the package when you do your mentoring.
Right.
So you just put them together and says what. And I realized that being a mentor, you really have to be fair. One thing in there, you have to be fair and not be judgmental. And more often than not, when people ask for mentoring, the answer is within them.
True.
It's a question of leading them out, and I said, they're asking, they want to be mentored, but actually the question, they already know. It's just a matter of our job is to make sure we pull it out.
Yes.
And that's really, but to be in that mode, you really have to have that kind of experiences. Okay,
Right.
What my parents told me, my lolo, lola, and that's basically how you apply to be a mentor.
Right.
So
Lalo na here in our Filipino community, Fil-Am community, we have so many leaders. You mentioned earlier before the show started, Nia, that si Tito Will was one of the first Pinoys who came to Vegas.
Yes.
Correct? Tama ba?
UP
ba yun?
alumni.
UP
UP.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
There were
Pero-
300 Pinoys when,
Alright.
almost 300 when I got here. And there's,
Pero-
there was a joke I was telling you.
Kabatch mo si Tito Bernie. Yata?
Well,
Hindi?
no,
Hindi.
he came in a few years after me.
Okay, sige.
But his brothers were here
Okay.
before me.
Alright.
And his brothers are barkada of my eldest brother who brought me here. So that's how I know the Benito family.
Okay.
And all that. But basically, there's a joke among us at that time. We have a Christmas party and everybody would be leaving earlier than usual. And this guy says, "Oh, ba't alis ka na? Maaga pa." Delikado pare, pag may sumabog na bomba dito, pahiya ang Pilipino sa Las Vegas. Kasi we're so few.
Usual suspect.
Ay, nako.
And that guy who said that's still alive,
Oh, yeah.
I just saw him around.
Very resilient, no, ang Pinoy.
And there, one thing with Pinoy, they also have a great sense of humor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Resilient in the sense kahit nahihirapan sa buhay, marunong pa rin magpatawa,
Yeah.
marunong pa rin.
Keep going.
And that's,
Tama,
anyway,
tama.
so,
may bahana at lindol
Nagsiswimming pa.
nagda-jamming pa.
Oo, may nag-ano pa.
Saka nagsiswimming sa baha.
Photo pa ha, may photo bombing pa and all that. Yeah, that's a Pinoy.
So,
Yeah.
but one thing I also notice in Vegas is sometimes we have a tendency to put organization like kahit hindi pa ready, gawa tayo ng organization, XYZ. And
Okay.
then, babagsak. So, we're getting to be noted na, mga Pinoy, mahilig lang maggawa ng organization pero hindi naman ma-sustain.
Walang follow through.
Okay? So, that's one thing na may mentor niyo sa community. It might be a great idea pero kung hindi pa ready, wag mo itutuloy, wag mo pilitin. Diba? Ang Pilipino may mentalidad na, hindi, kaya natin yan, kaya. Pero, when you look at the fact na paano mo sinabing kaya natin yan o prove mo, hindi mo po all they know is they kaya natin yan pero wala naman support sa kanilang statement. Kaya yun ang kailangan isang mentor na marami tayong organization pero hindi nagtatagal.
Oo, yeah.
Hindi nagtatagal. So,
Based on results na.
yeah,
Yes.
so yun ang isang ugali ng ating lahi. Di ba?
Yeah.
Mayroon akong observation doon, Will, kung bakit hindi tumatagal ang isang asosasyon, isang organisasyon. 3 lang ang bagay na kanyan nagpapahiwa-hiwalay sa mga tao.
Ano yun, Tito?
Unang-una, politika.
Okay.
Di ba?
Alright.
Tama.
I agree with you.
Pangalawa, relihiyon.
Yes.
Pangatlo,
Really.
pera.
Okay. Pera, relihiyon, politiko.
Pang-apat,
May pang-apat?
in-laws. No.
Kasi
Parang meron
oras na pinag-usapan mo ang politika sa isang asosasyon, magkakainitan yan. Pag pinag-usapan nyo ang relihiyon yan, magkakainitan yan.
Pag nag-uutangan,
Pag pinag-usapan mo ang pera dyan, utangan ka tapos hindi mo na siya mako.
yes.
O kaya may mga sitwasyon na bigla na lang hindi ma-explain kung saan nagpunta yung pera.
Yun, tama. Tama. Those are very important
Kaya
gems.
nangyayari ang may share ko lang sa mga asosasyon, transparency.
Yes.
Lahat ng mga dealings ninyo, lahat ng mga activities ninyo dapat transparent kayo
True.
sa mga leaders.
Yan. Oh, ang galing, no? Leadership tip. Be transparent. Tapos tayo, UP is not non-sectarian. At least our association is non-political. We don't talk politics within as an association. Of course, we do talk politics individually. Tapos religion, no. But we do pray, but we don't make it a divisive event, no?
Yun din na isang challenge during the early times namin,
Ano yun?
is how you can survive dito sa community.
Okay.
A lot of organizations have approached us, especially during the first term ko noon. Join this, join ka nito, join ka ng whatever this. Sabi ko, ang UPAN is really, in my concept, is apolitical. We cannot be joining this and that kasi we are members from all
Political
parts of the
parties.
country.
Yes.
From north, south, everything. Meron tayong lahat ng... Pero, we are not joining XYZ, ABC, just because na para magi tayong palamuti ng organisasyon. So, thank God that all the presidents, that took over after my term, kept that
I think it's
being
important.
apolitical.
No, di ba? It keeps the integrity of the
Yes,
group.
exactly.
Yeah.
I like the way UPAN stands as neutral when it comes to political donations.
Yeah. We can,
Kasi
we cannot be partial.
Correct. Yeah.
Right
As
now,
an
because
association.
we are an alumni association, and varied alumni have varied political
Views.
persuasions.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So mahirap yan.
Oo.
Pag nag-incline ka sa isang party,
Tama.
you lose membership.
It's always nice na members mo from all parts of the country, different dialects, pero it's we're all UPAN. We're not, member of this other groups.
And Yeah, and
Yeah.
this aspect that
I
you're
rem-
talking about is very applicable as well to
Yeah.
other organizations.
Yes, I remember
That's right.
the founder ng NAFA. Who was that guy? The one from Bay Area.
I don't know.
Wait,
Alex Exclamado.
There you go, Alex Exclamado.
Yes.
When
I
we formed the
remember him.
Yupaan, I was asked to have Yupaan join NAFA, and I said no. And I told him the reason, which I just explained now.
Okay, the politics
So
of
he
it.
respected, at that time.
That's good.
He
That's
passed
good.
away, but he was a good man.
Yeah.
So
By the way, we had a version of NAFA here in Las Vegas.
yeah, that
remember
was the time when he's
We had a Federation of Filipino American Organizations in Nevada.
Federation of Filipino Americans,
Associ-
FFA,
FFAON.
FFAON.
bago,
lang siya.
bago naman.
FAON.
A new one.
And then there's a FAAN.
And then there's a PAAN, and then there's a NAFA.
And then
Nevada.
NAFA. Kaya forerunner ng NAFA itong mga FAAN ito at saka FAON.
Ayun.
Sila
Okay.
nag-splinter sila. And
Pero
it's like,
ang liit-liit na city,
Yeah.
dalawang federations ng
Okay.
organizations at saka associations ng Filipino.
Okay. So it's hard for you to split yourself, Mia. Baka you'll be a member here and there and everywhere. So, right.
you will lose focus on the organization. If you are the head, yung focus mo talaga on that organization.
Right.
Otherwise, like anything else, madali tayong
Yeah, but we can be
Mafold.
friends with everyone because
We can.
precisely because we are non-political,
Yes.
non-religious, and may pera din kung minsan. We can be friends with everyone.
yeah, pero being a 501c3, we cannot keep.
We cannot earn money.
No,
We cannot
I think
keep
we
our
can only
money.
keep what, 10%?
No.
Yeah.
Something like that.
We have to
Sid de la Cruz would know
disperse that.
Yeah. I think
Tama.
10,000 is the most we can keep. But Sid would be more up to date on that one.
True,
We
true,
just cannot
true,
keep
true.
20, 30, 50,000 in our. No,
Keeps it growing.
10,000
Hindi pwede.
No, hindi pwede.
Tama,
So it's a
tama.
violation of our,
Yan,
501.
learn.
Yeah.
Ang galing.
So,
Okay, so tingnan mo. It's now 1 o'clock.
Wow.
wow.
So
I
fast.
hope you learned something
Oh,
from this
Very much,
conversation.
yes.
Pretty much.
Well, we
Yeah,
We
learned something
appreciate
from
it.
you guys. We
Oh.
learned something from Dad and from Mia, and so it's
That's right.
a two-way street.
It
Learning
is.
is a two-way street.
It
yeah.
is. You're the mentors. Kami naman,
Yeah.
we mentors. Kasi
Women mentors. Actually,
We mentor kayo.
ano pa yan, Tito Willie? Mentors. Thor, like the
Ayan.
Thor.
Buti na-
Mentors.
Akala ko menthol.
Pwede din. Mentos pwede din.
Pampalamig na yun.
Okay.
Bumbunan.
So in closing, Mia, unless you have something else that you would like to ask them.
No, also in my experience also, I wanted to join. I looked for the UP organization and I found it through the website, which I think what we're doing now is making Yupaan visible
Right.
for people that want to join also. Like I know of one who's been wanting to join also but didn't know how to.
So now ngayon,
yeah.
pwede na.
So we're making it easier now. Just visit our website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a young blood running the organization, so
Yeah. Do you,
yeah.
looking at the organization right now, Titos, is this what you envisioned Yupaan to be?
Yes.
23 years ago?
Yes, because at
Okay.
that time the challenge is really to find new blood, young blood. Every time we have a meeting, it's always the mostly seniors, diba? So we need. I've been rallying call is let's find new members, young blood, and we're just so happy that we started with the women. Start with Anna. Okay, Anna is on because we're not counting Esther and
Tita Esther.
so we started with Anna,
Anna.
then
No,
you,
I-
then Mia. So it's getting better and better.
Getting younger?
Yeah.
Hindi, mas maganda kung i-include natin si Esther. Kasi siya ang unang
Sino?
babae na presidente.
And Beth
Tita Esther.
Ilagan. Yeah.
And
Si
then
Beth pa.
Yeah, Beth
and
Reyes.
Esther.
Well, Pat was the first president, not Ben.
Okay.
Oh, pa.
Pat Johnson. But we don't have any young members then.
Okay.
Pero now, the success of yung ating call, rallying call, we are getting new members. So, answering your question, I think what we dream about is getting into a reality. So now, Abe and I can literally rest and have fun.
Mentors pa rin, mentors.
And are you seeing that UPAAN will continue to serve the community?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah,
We have the same
I am
vision.
100% positive. I feel so good about it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can handle another outreach program.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
In
yeah.
fact, we're
Pwede.
going to...
Easy.
Pwede.
Yeah.
Yes. I think we
Easy.
talked to...
Yeah,
You're
for
going to
next
talk to
year.
Tito Bernie about that, right?
We're going to write to
All right. Yes.
Yeah.
So, that's it. That's the end of On the Dot.
Oh, incidentally, we
Yes.
have a songwriting competition.
Okay, go for it,
That's
Mia.
open already. If you want to submit, if you have original compositions, this is part of our mission also. To
Cultural.
promote the culture, and so it's open to all ages. You just bring in your original composition either by cassette. Si Kuya yung taga USB. Bentang-benta ako kay Kuya yung
Can't
USB.
handle it.
Send it to PHLV here or through our website.
Is that open only to the community or?
In Nevada, Tito.
Nevada.
Nevada
That's a
muna.
good one.
And then maybe when it goes
We have to
bigger.
read
I think
the-
that's a good program.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
We are partnering with PHLV.
With
in that.
PHLV and Las Vegas OPM.
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
Actually, I forgot to mention two things that UPAAN really was heavily successful was the first Karimat Hasmin.
Ano yun?
Oh,
Remember?
what's that?
That's the first ano ba yung first ever na ginawa sa buong Amerika. We were a sponsor ng UPAAN.
What is
UPAAN.
that?
It's it's a play, a live play.
Oh,
Na ginawa sa North Las Vegas, right? Auditorium. And the second one was the cultural fashion show.
They're already salud, yeah.
So UPAAN was also in the forefront of those
Alright.
two things. So
Oh, diba?
yeah.
Sige, let's keep creating ideas and projects that tap into other aspects of our Filipino life here, not just the usual, parties and
Oh, yeah.
picnics
Yes.
and eating lechon, because I don't eat lechon.
Yeah. If we become
Final words?
if we
Yes.
become active and visible in the community,
Yes.
we will be attracting more UP graduates.
Yes, yeah.
Visibility, true.
Visibility.
Abe is so right on that one.
Oh, sige. Last words tayo.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagtanggap sa amin.
Ay, maraming salamat.
Maraming
Thank you
salamat.
very much.
Sana'y nakatulong kami sa
Oh, yes.
pagbibigay ng
Always.
mga kaalaman sa inyo sa ating mga tagapakinig.
Yeah.
Taos
Have a
puso.
good afternoon.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Tito.
sana sa
A.
maliit naming kakayanan, nandito kami, kung ano mang problema o gusto niyo itanong sa amin,
Ayan.
kontakin lang niyo si Abe.
Oh.
Maraming salamat sa inyo.
Salamat,
If there's
Tito
Abby,
Will.
there's a will.
When there's a will, there's an Abby. Okay.
This is a
ang
great
galing.
program. It's fun. Tama
Yes,
nga.
yes.
This is fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Alright,
you for being
Thank you for
here.
having us.
Thank you, Tito
Thank you
Will.
for
Thank you,
having us.
Tito
Thank you,
A.
Mia.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mia, your last words.
So my last quote for the day is, the author is unknown. The best way to get something done is to begin.
Oh, the best way to get something done is to begin. Alrighty. And we had it done because we began.
Yes.
Bye,
now
everyone.
We have fun. See you next week
See you.
on the dot. Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
Moving to Vegas? There's no better time than now. Where can you find a 3-bedroom home with a balcony and patio? With upgraded flooring, all appliances included, newly painted, move-in ready. With a community park and pool for under $400,000. Not to mention that it is so convenient to shopping, schools, entertainment. And of course, what is Vegas without the Strip? So what are you waiting for? call Benjamina today at 702-281-9063. Mia is also on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. You can also visit www.benjaminamiacasino.com and view available homes anytime. Remember, the house wins when you bet on Benjamina Mia Casino.
Just like a friend from back home. This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.